So because this is multi-level class, remember you have lots of options in the levels that you choose. So, and if you need to modify, so Paula, if you need to modify, do that, or take child's pose anytime you need to. So we're going to go from this forward, wide-legged forward fold and rotate now to the right leg. So if you're on camera, watching this online, you're rotating to the left. So we're in a high lunge and you want to walk that foot over just a little bit, then drop the back knee and let the hip relax and shift forward. Flatten out your foot. Yeah. So if you do have issues with your knee, you could take a blanket underneath your knee. Sometimes I like to do that. Just give a little cushion to the knee. No problem. We are going to add rotation. So that left hand goes to the ground. If you're online, it's your right hand. And you're going to rotate and then open up and lean back. And then you can internally rotate that arm in the air. So turn the thumb to the back. So you're going to turn it so it drops. You're already there, Stefania, so you're good. And then drop the arm to your low back. And see if that can help you open up. Get a little more rotation. Open the chest. And then releasing from there, curling your toes under, lift up back into high lunge, drop your back heel. Now we want to keep our hips forward. So you want to shorten your stance, bend the front knee and come up into warrior one. Reach. Got it. So Willie, take your, that back foot out a little bit and that will help you. So look at my feet. So instead of being here, take it out. And then widening your stance will help. And then open up. Virabhadrasana. Wide. We're going to go from Virabhadrasana 1 into Virabhadrasana 3. So balancing warrior, you shift forward and lift up. You can keep the foot on the ground. That's fine. Slowly lift, reach. Both legs strong and active. Then from there, we release back down and we add rotation. So rotate. Rotate to the right. Rotating over that thigh, hooking the elbow. If you're not able to do that, just stay lifted. Good. And then from there, we drop the hands down to the ground and we go back to the center. Go back to the center. Shift to the other side. Walk that foot over. If you want to use a blanket underneath your knee, that's fine. Drop the back knee. And again, let the hips shift forward. Soften the breath. Good, and then you're going to open up to the side, rotate, and let the arm lift. You'd start out lifted, and then at any point you can turn that thumb, drop the arm to the low back. Good, and then releasing from there, curling your toes under behind you. Slide that back leg in, drop your heel, and then come up. Warrior one. Reach. See if we can do better on this side. Draw the navel in, open up. So we are going to be going from warrior one into that balancing warrior. So Virabhadrasana 1 into Virabhadrasana 3. Same hip position. And then from there, shift forward and lift. Back leg lifts, super strong. You can keep the foot on the ground. That's fine. And then gradually work with lifting it up. Do as much as you can and then release back down. Warrior one. And then rotate. Back leg is strong. Good, and then we release down. Coming into your high lunge. Rotate to the center. Okay, so feet go parallel again. Drop your head and interlace your fingers up off the back. And then from there, release, going to the right side. So if you're online, it's to the left. We're going to drop back down again. See if you can reach your hands out. Reach them out. Now, if you're not able to, just keep them in. It's fine. Reach out as far as you can. Separating your foot a little bit further out to the side will help. So you're widening your stance. And then curling your toes under behind you, you're going to shift back and interlace your fingers. Okay, now this is a little bit of balance here, you guys. Sit back and drop down. You can sit or you can use a block. So if you want, you can grab a block and sit on it. And then releasing from there, shift forward, straightening your back leg, fold right over the front leg. So if you are using a block, gotta grab my block. You can use it up higher, but relax the head, or you can go lower, or the hands can go to the ground. You do want to straighten this leg, which is hard for me. I have a running injury. Good, and then from there, sliding that block over to the big toe side of the foot and then open up into Parvarita Trikonasana. Okay, if you're using a block, that's fine. You could take it on the baby toe side of the foot as well, or the hand can go on the ground. Swing the arm around, step back into plank, lower, lift, Bhujanasana, press back into child's pose. Rest. Rest, rest, rest. You're doing fine, Paula. I'm having a little hard time today too. I have a lack of sleep hangover. It's the only hangover I've ever had. They're quite awful. Willie's not breathing. Paul is breathing hard and Stefania is quiet as a mouse. I'm just exhausted. That's all. But let me tell you what will happen as a result of our practice. You will feel better afterwards. And that's what I always try to remember. I always remember, no matter how I go into it, no matter how tired I am, how upset I am, whatever it is that's going on in my life, it doesn't really matter. I know that the practice is going to make me feel better. So you will feel better. So thankfully, we have that to look forward to. Yeah. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. It's just moving the body. All right, coming into a crawling position. We're adding this on here. Right leg is going to extend. So if you're online, you're going to do right leg and then the left arm. Keep drawing your navel in, lift up higher and look up. Thumbs up, you guys, thumbs up. Then reach back behind you, see if you can grab that foot and lift. All right, so then from there, you're going to lift up, go into three-legged dog. And then step the leg forward. So your right leg steps forward, drop your back heel and come up into warrior four. We're going to drop from warrior four down so that the arm goes down, the other arm drops behind the back, and then you reach under and grab. So if you're not able to do that, you can use a strap. The strap is going to be held by the hand that goes behind you. You grab, straighten your leg, lean back. Use the left arm behind you, Willie. There you go. You got it. Good, perfect. And then we release. Going center. And shifting over to the other side. Dropping back down onto the knee and reaching your hands further forward. Walk this foot that's up here a little further out to the edge and reach forward. Good, and then from there we shift back. So remember, we're gonna go back. If you wanna sit on a block, you can. Go all the way back and sit. You can sit on a block. Interlace your fingers behind you and then drop the head down. Shifting forward and then straightening that back leg. You want to even out your hips. So draw the left hip back, right hip forward and folding forward. You can use a block, straighten both legs. Find the level that's right for you with your block. Relax your head. And then shifting that into Parvarita Trikonasana. So right hand on the ground and stacking the left shoulder on top of the right, reach. All right, so if you're online, it's the opposite. I apologize. It's what the camera does, it rotates. My nephew has a TikTok. He has like 74,000 followers. And he does this like military thing. I don't know what he does. But the camera reverses everything. So he has an Irish flag behind him. on a couple of his videos. And people are so mean. And they're like, hey, dum dum, your flag is backwards. And it's like, hello, the camera rotates the picture. It's not backwards, actually. It's pretty funny. All right, then swing the arm around, step back into plank, lower, lift, and then back into child's pose. Hold it there. We had a child's pose coming, Paula. We were on our way there. Anyway, yeah, so the camera reverses everything. So Willie, grab your block and just place it under your head. And then maybe open up your knees a little wider. Is that better? Bring your toes together. There you go. There you go. That looks so much better. Tinkle toes. Now you can go down. That looks more comfortable. All right. Okay, so then from there, we come back up into a crawling position. So this time, I'm going to tell you guys, because I had to do the same leg as us, you need to do the opposite online. So we're going to go left leg, right arm out. You guys need to do the opposite. You need to do right leg out with the left arm, because otherwise you'll end up not on the right foot. So we're lifting up higher, higher, look up, draw your navel in. This is really good for strengthening your back. And then reach back, grab your foot, lift. And then release and go into three-legged dog. Stepping that leg forward and scooping up into warrior four. Reach up. Good. And then we shift. We go forward again. Feet go parallel. And then we drop down. So you're going to drop down so that the hands are right in the center, right underneath the shoulders. We're going to be doing some rotation. So grow, if you want to, you can go out a little further with your legs. Okay. So we are going to be using our left hand, but online you're going to go right hand and walking the left hand over towards the right foot. And you're online, you're doing the right hand towards the left foot. And then we're opening up. Now, if you have a block, you can go up higher. So at first, just go about halfway. And then release and switch to the other side. So now we are going right hand to the left, and you guys online are going left hand to the right. And open up. And then going deeper. So you can either do what we just did, or now you go further. Now you go towards that foot and open up. So switch to the other side. So you can reach now the hand to the foot. And then going over to the other side. And again, you're reaching towards the foot, open. And then releasing. Good. And then rotating to one side and dropping the back knee again. This time we lower onto the forearms. Okay, you can use a block, definitely. Relax your head, you guys. Good, Willie. So Willie, see if you could take that leg, the extended leg, back a little bit further. Yeah. There. Okay, perfect. That looks better. Nothing like yoga to help you connect with your body, right? So when the body is stiff, boy, you really feel it. We can help ourselves, by the way, with that by hydrating the body. And when I say hydration, most people think of water, and that is not necessarily all of the ways to hydrate. So water is essential, but you have to have electrolytes. And also you want to hydrate your tissues. So you hydrate your tissues by making sure that you're eating foods that are very nourishing for the system. They increase your fluids as opposed to decrease and dry out your tissues. Okay, so we're shifting our weight back again, you guys. Take your block with you. And now we're going into a variation Ardha Virasana. So the one leg is going to stay straight and you're going to shift your hips over to the side. If you need to use a block, you're going to sit on a block or a blanket. Now, the thing that you have to watch out for, here's what you have to watch out for. You don't want to teeter. So if you're teetering at all, you need to throw a blanket or a block underneath you. Okay, so that you're even. And then shift forward. Okay, shift forward. Perfect. All right, and then we lift up and go back. Right, so if you're going back, you might have to go back onto blocks or a bolster. If you're completely flat on the ground, you can go back onto the elbows. So Paula, that's great because they could see you doing that. So that was nice because they could see you doing that. And Willie, take your blocks behind you and put your elbows on your blocks. Yeah. There. How's that? Better? Right there. Got it. There you go. Is that better, Willie? A little more bearable. Yeah. If you were on the floor, okay, so I'm going to show you guys on one what Willie's doing. So he's taking his blocks behind him like this and going on to the blocks. How nice. If you can go completely flat, try that. That means that you have freedom in your pelvis, in your back, and also in the quadricep and in the front of the hip. Yeah. Yeah. It's tight for a lot of people, Paula. Try to relax. Okay, so the extended leg, you're going to roll to that side, roll. And then you go up on the elbow and then grab that foot. You're still in a quadricep stretch. Okay. 2 fingers then are going to wrap around that big toe and then go straight up. Now, if you notice that you start to teeter over, bend the bottom leg. Bend the bottom leg. Keep drawing that extended leg towards you. So the straighter your leg is, you got it, Willie. So Willie, see if you could go down a little, move that block out of the, and then go down onto your side body. Yeah, now just support your head like you're at the beach, relaxing. There you go. He knows what I'm talking about now. At the beach, relaxing. There you go. Keep pulling that leg in. All right. And then you're going to roll to your back. Oh, I got to move my mic. You're going to roll to your back. That leg that you have in your hand now bends. And then the other leg comes up. And then you thread the hand through and grab, pull in for a nice rotator piriformis gluteal stretch. Keep drawing that knee in. So one knee is pushing away the leg that's up, and the other knee is coming in towards you, the one that you're grabbing. Keep pressing into your sacrum, bring your lumbar curve back, and you'll notice that you'll get more of a stretch by doing that. It also puts your lumbar curve in that natural curvature of what's normal for the spine in that area. Good, and then release from there. You're going to press up into bridge. Walk your shoulders underneath you. Make sure that your heels are right at your fingertips. Press. Good, and then lowering from there, the legs go straight up. Okay, we're gonna end up in a standing forward fold, which means you gotta lower so that you get enough momentum. The arms go above the head, and then you lower and lift right up into a forward fold. Ah. And then stepping back into plank, lower, lift, press back, down dog. Okay, and so we are going to step our right leg forward, but if you're online, you're stepping your left leg forward. So step forward, drop your back heel, and again, come up into warrior 4. Awesome. And then we release. Inhale up. Exhale, dropping down. And then we rotate to the other side. Drop down. If you want to throw a blanket under your knee, that's fine. And go down onto the forearms. You can use a block. Good, and then from there, we lift up and shift back. Take your hips over to the inside of that heel, of that ankle. Right, if you're teetering, then get up on a blanket or a block. Right? And then reach forward for the extended leg. Drop your head. All right, and then we come up and shift back. So you can shift back onto a couple of blocks or just hands behind you or onto a couple of blocks. Or if you are flat, you can go onto the elbow. And then eventually all the way laying down flat. So I like to bring my foot, my extended leg foot up and kind of shift my hips over. Make sure that your sacrum is flat. And then breathe. Slow down the breath. Wow, time flies when we're having fun. Okay, so then we're going from here and we're just rolling. So you could take that extended leg arm up and then roll to the side and support your head. You're still grabbing that leg, quadricep stretch, but then 2 fingers now are going to come around to the big toe and straighten the leg. If you start to fall back, bend the bottom leg. Keep pulling the leg in towards you. Keep pulling it in. Good. And then from there, releasing. And we're going to roll onto the back. And so the leg that was in the air then goes on top of the other thigh and you draw the leg in. Thread your hand through, grab the leg that came up, grab that thigh back or the hamstring, or you can grab the shin. That's going to be a little more intense. And press into the sacrum. You've got one knee pushing away, the other knee goes in towards you. There's a lot. Oh my gosh, my tree though. My crab apple is so beautiful right now. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, those ones are beautiful. All right, keep pressing into your sacrum. Bring your cervical curve, or sorry, your lumbar curve back. Cervical curve you should be maintaining as well. So you're not flattening out the neck or allowing your chin to be up. Want to make sure you have the natural curve in the neck as well as the low back. And then releasing. Find your heels and press up into bridge. Keep pressing. See if you can interlace your fingers underneath you. If you can't, just flatten out the hand. Press. I think what I'll do next time is turn so that the white is behind us. And then that way that light is on us and we don't have to have these bright lights on. We'll try that next time. All right, and then we release. We're going into a reverse forward fold. So a forward fold, you know, if you cannot do reverse forward fold, then you're going to do a regular forward fold, which looks like this. Okay, but we're doing a reverse forward fold, which means you have to hold yourself there. I like it because it forces us to use core strength. You then reach your hands and grab the big toe or the ankles, but you want to even out the hip and the ankles. So sometimes people drop the feet further below the hip. You want to make sure they're balanced. So you got to work it. It's a reverse forward fold. So Stefania, your feet are just a little bit down. Go up. Now reach. Yeah. Now try to hold that. So you can connect your hands. 2 fingers wrap around the big toe, and I'm literally pulling down, and at the same time I'm moving my hip down. So I'm very active in this pose. I'm pulling. I'm not just holding myself in the pose randomly. I'm actively working it, trying to deepen the forward fold by drawing my legs down towards me, and at the same time my hip is going down. Good, you guys. Good. That looks great. Awesome. You guys are nice. So you could drop a little bit more now, Stefania. Pull your toes. Yeah, right there. Cool. More. Right there. All right. And then slowly, slowly coming out of that. Open up your arms to the side. Take your knees to the right side. Look to the left. And then taking your knees to the left side, looking to the right. Just do that. All right, and then setting yourself up for Shavasana. So Shavasana, make sure you cover your eyes, get warm, support your underneath your knees with a bolster, and lay down. Relax. Okay. All right. So you're laying on your back and letting your hands, palms up in a receiving position. Rest at the upper thigh and hip, shoulder blades underneath you. Let the arms and the legs relax. bring that body into total stillness, let the body relax, and then bring the mind into that experience. So you bring the mind into the experience of stillness and relax.